So a lot of people are attending the white belt program. I took a sample of 6 people and I simply recorded their age. Age is a continuous data and that will follow a normal distribution. Height is a continuous data that will follow normal distribution. Weight is a continuous data that will follow normal distribution. Dimension is a continuous data that will follow normal distribution. Strength of a material is a continuous data that will follow normal distribution. Cycle time is a continuous data that will follow normal distribution. Lead time, throughput time, right? And there are many characteristics which you measure in terms of kilogram or in terms of meters or in terms of time units. Most of them follow normal distribution only. Like now your age will also follow normal distribution. Now I recorded age of 6 people. Now what is the average age? 38.5. How this information is helpful? The people who are attending my white belt training program, their average age is 38.5. That means half of the participants generally will have age above 38.5. Half of you may be having the age below 38.5. And this I'm not telling, my data is telling. How do I collect the data? I simply randomly recorded age of 6 of the participant. And now let me proceed with the calculation of deviation, standard deviation. For standard deviation, first I must calculate deviation, x minus x bar. X is 39, x bar is 38.5. So the difference is 0.5 here, minus 0.85, 3.5. Hope all of you are able to understand. Positive means the person is elder, negative means the person is younger. All right. So the ups and downs in your characteristics. And now this deviation is the risk associated in my decision. And now I sum up the deviation, you will see you are getting 0. Does it mean everyone's age is exactly 38.5? No. Everyone's age is different. And so there is a real deviation, but now the sum of the deviation is cancelling each other. As a result, it is 0. I don't want this to vanish, so I'm squaring. Now this is called squared deviation. Every number is squared. So 0.5 become 0.25, minus 8.5 become this. It goes like this. And now the sum of the squared deviation is 91.5. And now I take an average. I take on an average what is the deviation or what is the squared deviation. So I divide this 91.5 by a factor n minus 1, which is called the degree of freedom in statistics. What is your n? 6. 6 minus 1 is 5. So you get 18.3. This 18.3 is called variance. Do you understand what is variance now? This is called variance, the sum of the squared deviation divided by n minus 1. Variance is also a measure of inconsistency. Variance is also a measure of variation. Can somebody tell me what is the unit of data tabulated here? 39 means what is the unit here?
Year.
Very good.
Year.
The unit is years. Fantastic. And so what is the unit of this number 18.3? What will be the unit here?
Standard deviation.
It will be years square. All right. Suppose if the data is recorded in terms of centimeter, here you will get centimeter square. If the data is recorded in foot, then here you will get square feet. Here it is year, so you are getting year square. So this is difficult to work with year square, squared unit, and that is why we take a square root. Square root of 18.3 is 4.27. Now this 4.27 is called standard deviation. Standard deviation will have the unit similar to your data. Your data is years means standard deviation also years. And now we are comfortable in working with it. Now, how is this data helpful? Now, this data is helpful in predicting my population. What is my population? The kind of people who are attending my white belt program. There are thousands of people who could attend my program, who could have attended my program in the past, and who could attend my program in the future. There could be 1,000 plus. But how many data I had here? Only 6. With just 6 data, will I be really able to predict on my population? Yes, it is possible with average and standard deviation. Now you see here, I'm calculating average plus 3 sigma. How much it is? 52.6. I'm also calculating average minus 3 sigma. How much it is? 24.4. With that, I understand 99.73% of the people who are attending my white belt training program are in the age group of 24 and 53. Now I want to know, is there anybody here who is less than 24? And anybody here who is more than 53 attending the program?
Yes, I'm less than 24.
Okay, you are on the, no, you are an
Yes, sir. I am also less than 24.
Okay, very good. So there are 2 people, right? And now I said 99.73%. That means you two are coming under the 0.27% category. All of you understand?
Yes, sir.
And if you still doubt this, the theory of normal distribution, you also conduct a similar study. This is very a risky one I did, but this also works to a to a great extent. Similarly, you can take a sample of, let's say, some 100 people or 10 people, measure their height. How many people you can measure the height? Let's say you could measure only 10 people, and the age group of 10 people, let us say the age group is 20 to 40. And now you calculate the average, calculate the standard deviation. With just a data of 10 people, you can try to comment about the entire population of people in India in the age group of 20 to 40. And you will be surprised to see all these rules are working beautifully. All these rules are working beautifully. See here, half of you are above 38.5, probably approximately half of you will be below 38.5, and then almost all of you will be in this age group of 24 and 53, except the two people who raise their voice, and they come under this 0.27. So once you understand this will happen, you can predict about any population just by taking a small sample. How many sample I took here? A sample of 6. A sample of 6 is helping you to predict about a group of thousands of population, right? Not only 1,000, it can run into millions also. Is that clear to all of you? Come on.
Yes, sir.
Any questions? This is going to become the foundation for you in statistics. If there are any questions, feel free to ask me. And now tell me, what is average is telling you? Average is a measure of central tendency or variation?
Central tendency.
Very good. So all of you, please try to participate, and then only you will be able to learn from the session. Now, standard deviation is always a positive value. Is it true or false?
True. No.
True, sir.
Yes, 2 people are saying true. All of you should say true, right? And what proportion of points will lie inside the control limits?
91.73.
99.7.
99.73. Store this number in your memory. Then only you can slowly become an expert, right? What is the number?
99.73.
99.73. Always, whenever your data follows normal distribution, 99.73% of the points will lie inside control limit. All right. Okay.